Have you heard the songs? No? My name is BGourd, short for BitterGourd. I'm a rapper from Singapore. I started out this year. In the past 9 months, I've released 2 tapes, 2 EPs, whatever you want to call them. I call them volumes. And my third one is going to be released soon, hopefully. So for this project, I decided to work with multiple producers, particularly 4 producers, 1 for each tape. And I love to always listen to different kinds of beats and take on different challenges. I have a song called Fair Price, obviously referencing NTUC Fair Price. Shout out to NTUC Fair Price. Fair Price is actually about me growing up, as cliche as it sounds. Grocery shopping when you're a kid and you want to buy some sweet and your mom says no and you're like, why? So I start off the question, I said why? Why this and why that? It's an excerpt, that question be whack. Because, you know, it'll never end. The question of why will never end. It's a very good question, but it's just never end. So in that sense, it is whack. But always ask why, is my 2 cents. Baby, I'm bitter, you don't like me. But Big Bad Boom BGourd don't like himself. Who is he? What he wear? Better be something underneath that shitty hair. It's just about describing the rapper who I want to be and the person who I want to be, yet having, I would like to think, a decent reflection of who I was at that period of time. And it's still applicable now. But VW3, different from both those 2 experiences, was because of COVID, right? And because of circuit breaker, yes. Didn't want to say CB, but yes, CB. I was very lucky because just so happened that the person who produces for me lives in the same house. That helped a lot because when he was making the beats, I could be there to sort of talk to him about the beats, but we still did it relatively separate from each other. So I wrote most of the lyrics at home and feeling whatever everybody was feeling at that point of time. I would say that this album has a lot of chaotic energy to it. Everything was chaotic anyway. I see the virtual memories, having run the families, ram my head against the virtual machine. Virtuoso next to the boom bap dynamite. During that time, I was still schooling. And online class is super hard, man. I do feel the disconnection. And especially someone who is doing IT related studies, it is ever so pertinent, you know, that even when you're studying IT stuff, being in close proximity to the teacher and the professor, as well as with your peers, is very important. Google Docs or live sharing your code and stuff like that just doesn't have the same effect. So that's what this song is, at least the first verse, is generally about. Coping and the frustrations that come with online learning, as well as your frustrations with the content of the school in general, because, you know, school be hard, man. School really be hard. Yeah. With respect to Volume 3, even though the main producer was Bean Sprouts, I'm very thankful to have Chris Fox to be on board this tape as well, because I think without him and without his experience and his years of being just a great musician in general, and his ability to explore and always accept new ideas and challenge ideas, in this album would have sound as great as it sounds, at least in my opinion. Okay, so the idea was to do 4 tapes, right? So the fact that I'm already at number 3 and done with number 3 and I can move on to 4 soon is such a intense feeling, you know, because multiple times I set out to do many things but always failed, right? And I'm so glad to have the people around me who supported me. Yeah, and we'll see what the future holds, but it is not the end of BGourd lah.